Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Eat LI and Beyond, where our table is set for you. That's you out there. Can you see my hand? Yeah, that's you. Okay, today we're gonna have a little quick show. We're gonna try something new with Esther. Okay. Instead of the Esther's plate, Esther's gonna be on the run with everybody. She just did a great job asking questions and everything like that. So we're going to put her in that capacity for a little while and see how it works out. Um, we got some comments here. Let's see what we got. We got a couple shout outs. We got Flor de Lis. Hello, Flor de Lis. We get a big Filipino audience. And right now over there, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And we appreciate them watching us. So, Flor de Lis, good morning to you. Okay. We have also Ermak Lin, okay, from the Philippines, I'm assuming also. And we got Rosalita Mendoza watching, and we got Kevin Mark Colette. Hello, Kevin. How are you? To all of you, Salamat, thank you for watching, and also thank you for sharing. I know you guys do a lot of sharing. And then, of course, we have a shout out to one of our number one fans, Ann Rothney in California. Good morning. Good morning, Ann. That's for you. And also, this is for everyone in the Philippines. And also to Marita. Mwah. All right. I send all my love out to everyone. Okay. We're going to have Esther on in a little while. We're just waiting for her to come on. Okay, as soon as she comes on, we're gonna put her right to work. Okay. In the meantime, let's just have a couple of other things here. Happy birthday shout outs we have to Taz, the resident artist. It's her birthday, or it was her birthday yesterday, I believe. Greg D. Filippo, also happy birthday, Greg. And Lily Amadeo, who I know from my days of chefing. Okay, Lily. Happy birthday, Greg. Happy birthday, Taz. All right. God bless you all. All right. And I hope you had a happy birthday. Hello, Romar. Romar is just coming on. And Rothney, thanks for the hugs. Okay. So we got a full lineup of people here. And we're going to get going soon, just to run through a few things. Speaking of the Philippines, to all you people out there, to all you Filipina and Filipino out in the Philippine island, we're going to have a show. It's going to consist of Madam Lucy, okay, who everyone knows, and me. And that show is going to be on September 27th, okay, and it's going to be 9 p.m. your time and 9 a.m. our time, and it's going to be on Madam Lucy's Facebook page. So far, I think we have Flor de Lis is coming on. She's going to be singing, I believe, and a couple other people. Maybe Regilio, I think, is going to be on. I'm not too sure. I think he is. So what we do is, if you want to be on the show, I send you a link, okay? And you get on with the link. You copy and paste it to your browser, which will give you full details. And you come on the show. You could sing. You could do whatever you want, okay? And Madam Lucy will be hosting it, and I'll be with her. Okay. So that's what we got for all of our Filipino audience for September 27th, okay, which is a Saturday, which is probably, yeah, it might be the next day for you. Or no, it's not. It's still Saturday for you, only at night. Okay, so where we go now? We're gonna head to the mall with Esther. I think she said the Palisades Mall. I'm not sure, but we're gonna bring her up now. Okay, and see what she has planned for everybody. This should be great, folks. Here we go.
Hey
Esther.
guys, it's great to see everybody.
Yes. How are you?
I am well. I am actually at the Atlantic Terminal Mall, which is
Okay.
in the great borough of Brooklyn.
Ah, yes,
And
that's right.
I actually teach at courts that are right down the block, so this works out kind of well. It's also where the Long Island Railroad comes in. They have
Yes.
like a stop here, and also where the DMV is and the Traffic Violations Bureau is. So I know this area pretty fondly, and we'll see if people will respond to it. To me,
Okay.
who knows? It's a pretty busy place, because a lot of people work around here as well as live around here.
Oh,
It's also
absolutely.
across from the Barclays Center, so
There's a lot of things going on over there. I
What?
said there's a lot of things going on over there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a pretty busy hub, so there's a lot of things in proximity to this, which is good. I'll see if anyone will talk to me. It's not always the most friendly place of malls, but we'll see.
I know, because I when I worked in the city, I used to stop off there to transfer every once in a
Yeah,
while.
sometimes you transfer at Atlantic if you're taking the train in from Long Island.
Right.
Sometimes you transfer at Atlantic to.
Yes. So
Yeah, sometimes you end up transferring there and then going to the city. My friend says he just takes it into Atlantic and then takes the subway because he says it's less crowded that way.
yes.
So let's see if I can find someone to talk to me. I'm between a Victoria's Secret and a McDonald's.
Okay.
So,
Listen, Esther, before you start, make sure your volume is up all the way. Make
I
sure
got
your
it
volume on
pretty
your
high
phone.
up.
Okay, good. All right, Esther, you want to take it
All
away?
right, wish me luck.
All right,
Wish
I
me luck.
wish you luck, Esther. All right, let's go. Be careful.
Right? You don't want to get murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I mean, that would be a good podcast, but I
Hold
hate
on.
for that to happen,
Hey,
you know?
ladies.
All right, there you go, Esther. You're on.
Hey, how you doing? I'm on a show, Let's Eat Alive. We want to ask people a few cool questions. Could you give me like 2 minutes? Just like about mall and going to the mall. Do you go to the mall like for what's your name first of all? Miss Clark, welcome. Thanks. I'm Esther. So what do you usually go to the mall for?
Just to hang out.
Do you use it to exercise or more to just make purchases?
Actually, to meet up with friends on touch bases.
Meet up with friends, touch base.
Yeah.
And I guess it's centrally located near where you live
Yes,
or what?
near where I work.
Are there any particular places you like to hang out with people?
Well, in the McDonald's, actually.
McDonald's. What's your favorite drink there? Do you like this McFlurry or what?
No, actually, I like the frappe.
The frappe, man. I wish I would let myself enjoy. Can you say hi to everybody? Say hi. She's the best. You're a crossing guard.
Yeah.
You're a real hero. You make everything good.
Thank you.
What else? Any others? How do you feel about today's economy?
Oh, Lord, it's up.
Doesn't inflation bite?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much, Miss Clark. All right, let's see if we can find another cooperative human, guys. That was fun.
See if you could get anyone on camera, okay?
Yeah, definitely. We'll try
Yeah.
for it.
And move a little closer to them if you can, without getting killed.
Hey, how are you? Can I get a few minutes of your time? Or are you in a hurry?
One time.
I guess she's in a hurry. Let's find somebody else.
You're going to find out a lot. People are going to be catching trains, you know?
It can be hard because people are either catching trains or maybe they're on their lunch hour and, heading back to work. But yeah, it's a good point. You never want to miss a train going back to Long Island because sometimes there isn't another one, especially in the middle of the day. There might not be another one for like another hour. So you want to get on that train, even if it means tumbling over people and shoving someone aside. So let's see if any of these people on the escalator.
Just so, just for the folks out there that are watching, I'm going to tell them that you are in Brooklyn in the subway area, correct?
Yeah.
Well, not subway. I mean, You're with the Long Island Railroad is for a connection into Manhattan. That's where you're at.
Yeah, you can catch your connection or you can go back to Long Island.
Yes.
So let me see. Hey guys, could I get a few minutes of your time for something fun? Have a good one.
Keep going, Esther. You got plenty of time.
Can I get a few minutes of your time for something fun? I'm on a little a fun podcast called Let's Eat Long Island, and I wanted to ask you a few questions about going to the mall. Just a few easy questions. What's your name? And can you say hi to everyone? Say hi. What's your name, honey? Yuli. What a beautiful name. Where are you from? Wow, I love your hat. By the way, you have I love the little flower thing.
Where's Julie from?
Where did you say you're from? You're from. Where are you from, honey? Where are you from? She's from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, all right. Very nice.
Let me ask you. So, what do you normally go to the mall for?
1 year.
No, but why are you at the mall? Like, you go to shop, meet friends, just chill. You go shopping. Anything special that you're buying? What? Are you buying anything special? No, you're just shopping for random things? And do you like to go to the mall for exercise? What? Or just for shopping? Just shopping? Yeah, don't be shy. Have a good one.
Keep going, Esther.
It happens. Not everyone.
Yeah, I get it.
It's all right. Let me see what I can find. Maybe by the Cold Stone. Everyone's always happy by the Cold Stone.
Oh yeah. How you feeling, Esther?
What's that? Sorry.
How are you feeling?
Here, what about this?
Go ahead.
Some people are not even happy, but let's see what I can find.
Yeah, you're gonna get that. No problem.
The Cold Stone's too tempting, though, because you go into Cold Stone, there's so many different toppings that,
yes,
before you know it, you're spending $25 on an ice cream.
That's right.
So,
and Esther, don't forget to tell us about your show.
Oh, The Price is Right.
Yes,
so
that's right.
The Price is Right Inflation Edition. Basically, contestants guess the price of everyday items like meals, gas, houses, clothing. I put in, sometimes I made random Target runs and had people guess that. And, they compete, and it's really fun to see people's rationale for how they come to the guess, as well as people's reaction to what it costs. And like the woman, Miss Clark, said before, inflation really stinks. Like, I started this when, I saw prices were going up, and one time I went to Madison Avenue to a store, and I bought some pretzels and a soda, I think. I handed them a 20, and then she's like, oh, no, that's not enough. We need more. I was like, huh. And so then they kept it up. But doing this has made me really realize how severe prices are, as well as how to kind of look for bargains and what food is cheaper than other food. And my goal is to have a couple of challenges every week that I put on Facebook, as well as do a live show every week. Eventually, I'd like people to sponsor it. I feel like it would be good exposure for different merchants, because I feel like in a live show, people are forced to pay attention. If I mention at Bed Bath & Beyond, how much was this, versus in a regular podcast, people are like, oh, it's time to hear from the sponsors. Okay, we'll tune out. And then they don't even know who the advertiser was.
Right.
But I am having one tonight at 8 on YouTube Live. And, I'm always hoping that the guests are fun, they're lively. I feel like it really is something everyone can connect with, as well as the fact that it just brightens up and brings levity to like inflation, which nobody's glad about. Like, there's not one person out there that's like, woo woo, inflation, unless someone's like a billionaire. Um, but billionaires are always the people, like, the really rich are always the ones that are looking for bargains anyway. Like, I feel like they'll complain about it more than regular people. Anyway, I'm at Uniqlo, which is a store. Maybe there are people in there. Maybe the people working there will
Yeah,
help
you
us
never
out.
know.
What?
I said you never know. Go right ahead.
It's always hard to talk to strangers. You never know. Like, I tried a project like this once before. Hey, boys, how are you? I'm on this fun podcast, Let's Eat Long Island, and I wonder if you guys could take a few minutes out of your day.
Right now we're on the clock, so I don't think
You can. I wouldn't want to get you guys fired.
you get back into it.
I'm good, thanks. All right, let's see if I can find more people. Yeah, I once tried to do a project where I asked people like random silly questions to see their reaction, and I walked around like the Upper East Side, but it was right before Sandy, and then I think the footage that the guy made got destroyed in Sandy, so it
Oh
never
no.
actually came to fruition. But I will say some people were a lot more cooperative than others in terms of wanting to talk to me, but generally teenage boys were the most cooperative when it came to that.
Okay.
Like, teenage boys were always willing to talk and they didn't care what I asked them, whereas women hold back a lot. Like, they're
Yeah.
not as comfortable about asking questions. I mean, answering questions. So let's see who else I can find. Hey, how are you? Do you have a few minutes?
Keep going, Esther.
You know what? It may be easier if I go outside the mall. Let me try a few
Yeah,
more
go
people,
ahead.
but if I go outside the mall, like in the area there, it's still fairly populated. Those people may have more leisure time. I don't know. Like, it's hard to, let me see. Because, like you said, some people may be getting a train or have to get to work and they just came here to get lunch and maybe they really don't have 2 minutes. We're always so rushed these days. It's unfortunate that there's just so much traffic out there since the pandemic that it always feels like you're really rushed.
Oh,
Like, today I taught tennis, like I said, right around here, and I spent like, it took me less than an hour to get here from my apartment, but then I spent like over an hour looking for a parking spot because there was so much traffic on the road. And then I feel guilty when I find a spot because everyone's like honking at me, but I'm like, look, there's like only a couple of spots available. So I'm definitely gonna go into the spot, but it's like so crazy that I feel like everybody's always in a rush. But let's talk to this guy here.
okay.
Hey, how are you? My name's Esther. I'm on a fun little podcast called Let's Eat Long Island. Can I ask you a few questions? No?
Esther, show the area. Show the
This
area to
is, so
everybody.
here is the Atlantic Avenue Mall. As you can see, there's a Stop and Shop. And right up there, there's the Barclays Center. And that's the home of different sports teams. But the Barclays Center is right across from the Atlantic Terminal Mall. Like I said, there's a Target, DSW, Guitar Center. It's a pretty busy area. Yeah. And this is the other side is the DMV, which nobody wants to go to.
Yes.
But I can show you there's actually some beautiful homes in the area as well.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you doing? People have selective hearing, I think.
That's New York City.
People have selective hearing, and they. Plus, also, everyone probably has lost their hearing from so much beeping because you don't get any like grace period. Once the light goes green, you better put your pedal to the metal, or they're gonna be like
Right.
in your face. I mean, I'm surprised anyone has any hearing left if you drive in the city. All right, here's someone text. That's the other problem with talking to people is everyone's so absorbed in their phones and
Right.
posting a meme and doing whatever.
Hazel,
Like
I
nobody
mean,
even
Esther,
might hear you.
yeah, Esther, just to let you know, Hazel from West Virginia, it says that she's been there to the to Brooklyn and the city, so she knows exactly what you're going through.
Hey, how you doing? You have great hair.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
I don't wash it.
So you just put gel in it, but you don't wash it?
Yeah.
I wish my hair could look that good. I'm
Can
on
you
a fun
show?
podcast. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
For your podcast?
It's just fun questions. It's nothing hard.
No, not really. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, see? There's the hostility factor for you here.
Uh-oh, what happened?
It's every person for themselves. I can show you that we're very close to like Fort Greene Park as well, and the courts that I teach at. That may be a better area to go. People by the courts.
Okay.
They might be more. They might be less pressed for time.
Sure. They might be on recess or something.
Yeah, but it's always common to hear people be that kind of rude when you're in the city. Like it can be like that. That's why you become like more jaded and cynical.
Well, people get very
and just like you
defensive.
feel more anxious because everyone, like in Hoboken, as you can see from the
Yeah.
prior episode, like the people were a little less.
Yeah, it was
rude.
great.
Like
They were very friendly. Yeah.
Well, also, I mean, it's also a Sunday, so
Yeah.
maybe they have more time to kind of. But
Yeah.
this is good for me because at least I'm getting more steps in today.
Yeah.
Because anytime I spend too long on finding a parking spot, I lose steps. And my goal is to do 20,000 steps in a day.
Wow.
There was one day
Wow.
where I did 42,000 steps, actually.
Really?
Oh, yeah, but it was a crazy day because when you're in the city, you walk everywhere because, like I said, it's so hard to find a parking spot that once you find one, you don't want to give it up. But the best thing about walking 40,000 steps is then you can eat whatever you want at the end.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Hey, how you doing?
Hello?
I was wondering, I'm on like a fun podcast, and I was wondering if you had like a few minutes for some fun questions.
I'm sorry, I don't. The only reason I'm stopped is because the water bottle spilled in my bag.
Oh
But
no,
just
that's
your
an awful
podcast.
day. Sorry to hear that.
No problem. Have a good day.
For anyone watching, Esther's near the courthouses in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Those-
the courts are pretty close to there.
Right.
Yeah, there's more courts like the Brooklyn, like family court and city court is further into Brooklyn Heights. My brother-in-law used to be a court officer there.
Esther, show some of the area again. Show some of
What?
the area. Show
Yeah,
some of
there's some
the area to
beautiful-
everybody. Yeah.
If you look at this, here's like some beautiful buildings. Here, I'll turn it that way. There's some beautiful buildings here. There's a couple of cool spots you like to eat. Here's a subway station. This is the Lafayette Avenue stop of the C train, if you can see it.
Yeah.
Let me see what else is nice. I'll show you some graffiti. There's always tons and tons of graffiti here.
Okay.
They always have, here's the entrance to the subway. I always think they're kind of cool, and they always have like a cool sign on top. Here's some graffiti. There's tons and tons of graffiti in Brooklyn, and some of it makes for really great pictures. Look at this. There's also like a lot of beautiful gardens, believe it or not. Here, if you can see, they have some great flowers. I'm always amazed at the floral life in such an urban landscape. It's always such a nice contrast to have. Again, it's great. That's what I usually do to relieve stress is I walk and take lots of photos as I walk. Here's some more flowers. I can show you guys the tennis courts I teach at, and maybe the people there will be more cooperative. Wait, is this it? Yeah. So we're going down Cumberland Street, which is in the Fort Greene neighborhood of Brooklyn. And it's really recently become very developed and become like a coveted area for people to live.
Uh-huh.
And there are two courts that are kind of hidden out here where I teach lessons at. So it's a real contentious battle, which that is one thing in New York City is that if you want to play tennis in New York City, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. And a lot of times you have to go really early in the morning to reserve a court, like at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Or you have to go way before your start time when you want to start playing and wait online. It's like almost like when you get concert tickets. It's like, look at this beautiful flag this person has at their house. That's pretty cool. So it's almost, like it feels like you're getting concert tickets. And sometimes there have been fights that have ensued where almost you could make like a little reality show of it. And I've been working on a book about the extent, sort of like a parody on the extent people will go to get a court. Like how people will get up really early or they'll move to another apartment because it's closer, or they'll bribe someone to put their name on a sign-up list. So I have a lot of different ideas, or how people will try to intimidate people off the court, which has happened to me before, where people have like tried to get me to get off the court when I don't have to, or people will try to cross my name off when I go to the trouble to going there at like 5:30 in the morning. Then they'll cross my name off the list because they want that court. So,
Did we lose her?
It's almost a little subculture in itself. But maybe here's someone that may help us out. Wait.
Okay.
Actually, Michael, could you help me out? I'm on a fun podcast. Could you answer a few questions?
Get ready to go into court any second.
Like how in a minute? Do you have a minute?
Yes.
All right. Guys, this is Michael Armstrong, and by coincidence, we know each other. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Michael. How are you?
Coach. He's an excellent tennis coach. He coached for me, and he also was a very fine comedian. All right. How about this? Here's an easy one. How do you feel about the economy today?
It could be better.
How's it affecting your life?
Fortunately, I'm a tennis instructor, so it's not bothering me.
So it's not affecting your life. You still have enough money to pay your bills. You're not having to steal or
No.
panhandle or anything like that.
No, God is good to me.
God is good to you. He loves you. And how do you think it could be better?
More
Has to
opportunity
show
to
him.
work, and be able to save money. Or taxes are high, but
Indeed.
it's part of American culture. So just planning better.
So you feel that taxes are, how could people plan better? That's a good.
Um, do away with unnecessary expenses. Pleasure, peace before pleasure.
So in
Yeah.
other words, you find cheaper pleasure, maybe.
Yes, yes.
If you don't need to take that exquisite, elegant vacation, or you don't need to do some things.
Hey, if you can't afford a Benz, get a Scion.
It's true. There's nothing wrong with a Scion. By the way,
Right.
my mom drove a Scion for a
That's right.
long time. There's
That's right.
nothing wrong with a Scion.
Hey, look, with parking outside in New York City, the parking in the garages is so expensive. Tickets for not moving your car.
Oh yeah.
So if you got an expensive car to go with that, and plus the roads today will destroy your car.
Indeed, they don't take the time. It's like always seems like there's road work, but they never fix the roads.
Our taxes go to road work, and guess what? Our cars are being torn up by the roads every single day.
It's true that a lot of damage happens. And I used to live on the Upper West Side, and when I would park there, I'd always get tickets there.
That's right.
And I called it the ticket investment fund because I'd have enough for a big investment fund.
That is part of the city structure. Tickets are a big part of our revenue.
Right.
So if you don't have an expensive car, you might be able to afford it.
Right, but if you have a car that you could.
I couldn't keep my car because of the tickets.
When did you? What car did you have?
I had a 2007 Chevy Trailblazer, and I had to break my lease because between tickets, repairs, I couldn't do it.
And insurance, tolls. You're right.
Do it.
Having a car is an expense. Plus, you're a slave to the car because you always got to remember when you have to move it. And if you use it every day, you're always in the position of having to look for a spot.
And my truck was so big, I couldn't find spots.
Yeah, it's true. If you have a smaller car, you have like my ex-boyfriend had a smart car, and that you can pop into any space.
Like your car.
Yeah, you have a tiny car,
yes.
You can get into spots.
Definitely. Me, I'll never buy a truck or SUV ever again.
Ever again. You want to get a tiny car if you're going to get. I mean, you can get to more places quicker sometimes with a car.
And it's cheaper on gas.
For a tiny car versus an SUV.
My truck was a gas guzzler. I got 8 miles a gallon.
Damn, that's big.
Or less.
8?
I had a Chevy.
I get 20 something for
I had
sure.
a Chevy Trailblazer. It had a Corvette V8 engine in it.
Damn, fancy.
It drank gas. I spent almost $160 a week in gas.
Wow. And you're just going back and forth, like not going like to Saudi Arabia or something.
My house to Randall's Island. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it's a quick ride.
Plus the tolls.
The tolls are a killer.
Anyway, it is what it is.
Have a great lesson. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
I'll let you know about Thursday.
Sounds good. Woo!
All right, Esther. Some
Finally,
people.
we got some good content.
Yeah.
Rather than people who just hide back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true, some people are also not performers, I think. Like
Yes.
some people are just not comfortable on the camera.
Sure.
Like, I don't know that they're all. Like when I first started the Price is Right, my idea was that anyone who won a Facebook challenge would go on the live show. But then some of the people who won either said they were too busy or they said they just don't like being on camera. And then I was like, okay, anyone who plays can be on the live show. And then when I ran out of those people, I was like, okay, anyone who's not a piece of crap of a human being, I'll put on, and I'll put someone on who's not going to bail on me. Because I had a couple of times where people just, I confirmed them and they bailed at the last minute. And some of the excuses are just, I have like a whole comedy bit on excuses people make for not doing things.
Right.
Like, once I started comedy, I got, like my one friend said she wasn't going to come to the comedy show because she said she had poison ivy. And my other friend had to go to church, even though he's an atheist. But I'm going to walk in the direction of my car and then maybe try to find one more good person. But that was definitely
Yeah.
worthy content. But
Well, a lot of people are wishing you well, and
see, I
some
have
people,
some.
right?
Well,
We
how
have,
about they send money?
yeah, right. There's Lucy in West Virginia says, "Thank you for showing us beautiful
Wow, I have a
places."
friend in West Virginia. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
And you have a fan base in the Philippines also. We have people from the
I'm
Philippines.
curious, like, how much stuff costs in West Virginia. I wonder, like, how
I
much
know,
of a difference there is.
I know the cost of living is much cheaper than here.
I mean,
You could get an
when-
apartment. You could get a 1-bedroom apartment there for like $500. That's
in West Virginia.
yeah, $500.
Yeah, but are there jobs where you could actually pay the rent? I mean, I know they were hurt badly by the elimination of coal mining jobs in West
right.
Virginia.
Well, if you're in the city, like there's a city called Charleston,
or like Morgantown, where the
Wheeling.
university is.
Right, exactly. Morgantown, right. You could find work depending on what you do, you know.
I mean, like I'm always curious about prices, and like I've asked some of my Facebook friends, like, can you send me like prices for where you eat? Because I'm
Right.
always curious. And my friend lives in an Atlanta suburb, and they went to a bar, her and her husband, and you could get a sandwich for $5 and a beer for $6.
That's great.
And I guess her and her husband bought that and maybe one other thing, and the total for both of them was $25.
Right.
And I'm
You don't get
confident to
that.
say that if you went to a New York City bar, $25 wouldn't even cover
One person.
one person's
Yep.
sandwich and a beer. Like, beers can be really expensive depending on the bar. A beer
Right.
can be like almost $15. And when we do like the prices right, though, one section of it is I have the app Gas Buddy, and you can actually find gas, and you can put cities where you're not. Like, you could put San Francisco, California.
Right.
You could input any city into there. It doesn't have to be just gas by you. And I would put in like, the thing is, it was unexpected because in some cities you'd think gas would be a lot cheaper, like in Iowa or like in Montana, and it really wasn't that much cheaper. But the place where it was really expensive is obviously in California. I mean, we can't really complain about our prices because in California, it's just that much worse. Like, in some areas of California, gas is over $5 a gallon. But
yeah, it's bad over
really
there.
Also, one of the contestants last week, she went to Iowa, and she said while gas was cheaper, she said like food wasn't really that much cheaper if you got like a meal at a restaurant, but you got a much bigger portion.
Right.
Like,
well,
where she said in New York, you get tiny portions and you pay a little more, but there they really gave you the whole 9 yards. And one savings tip I figured out is you can save like half your sandwich for later,
right.
or half of the salad or whatever you get. You save it for later, and then
Right.
you really, if you spent $20 on a meal, but it goes for 2 meals, it was really only $10 a meal, so you don't feel like garbage as much, that you're being totally ripped off.
Okay, Esther, I have
But
some.
another thing I noticed, I mean, I have the Panera Rewards program, so I pay like $10 a month for Panera,
Right.
and I get unlimited coffee, but there's also different rewards that come with it, like a free pastry.
Right.
But I'm really psyched about this reward that I have coming up, where I think it's 50% off an entree.
Right.
Which
Well,
is just like beyond amazing. Even though Panera food, ugh, like it's very basic hospital food, and they're
Yeah.
also so lazy. The employees, they're like, we don't have any soup today.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, how do you not? I'm like, what's next? You won't have bread, and then you're not Panera bread anymore. You're just Panera. They're like, we don't have any butter.
Right.
And you can tell that they just don't want to work.
Yeah.
Like, they just
Esther.
are going to make up that they don't have stuff because they can't.
Right.
But at the same time, it's really ironic about them that they're very friendly as well.
Yeah.
It's like they're very friendly when you come in, but they're also lazy. It's like almost as if you're paying money. Pretty soon they'll be out of everything, and you'll just be paying money for someone to give a shit about you.
Yeah. Esther.
But they are very friendly compared to,
Yeah.
but I don't know, probably the most friendly workers are Trader Joe's people. Like,
Right.
you feel like Trader Joe's, it's like a prerequisite that you have to be very like earthy and friendly. It's almost like your mini therapy session when you go to Trader. And yet one day I had to go to Acme, and they totally don't give a shit. It's like, what? The cashier doesn't want to have a conversation with me and hear my jokes? Like, whereas almost every Trader Joe's worker.
Yeah. Esther, just to answer some of your questions that you had before, okay? Lucy in West Virginia can eat lunch for $2 close to where she lives when she's not cooking herself fish. All right. And Ann Rothney in Bakersfield, California pays $4.99 a gallon in gas.
$4.99?
Yes, in Bakersfield, California.
Yeah, and who was the one that paid $2? Where was she from?
Lucy's in West Virginia.
West Virginia, she pays $2, and in Bakersfield it was $4.99.
Well, no, Lucy pays $2 for lunch, not gas. $2 for lunch she can pay. Like to eat.
Wow. And what do they pay for their lunch? I'm curious. Well,
You know, I
guess
don't
that
know.
depends on what you eat for lunch.
Right. Well, she cooks a lot of fish though, so my guess it would be a fish sandwich or something like that. I don't know.
In West Virginia, she makes a lot of fish.
Yes, they have. She's from the Philippines originally, and
She's
they
from
have
the Philippines, but now she's in West Virginia.
yes, and they have Asian markets over there where they could get fish like crabs and other fish and everything. You know,
Right.
so. Esther, just to let you know, it's almost a quarter
I'm
to.
gonna have to sign off in a bit, but this has been great.
Yeah. Show the area one more time before you go. Esther. Show the area one more time before you go.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Here
Yeah.
are some other beautiful brownstones, if you can see. These are cool buildings. Here's like a football field of a high school, and there's some nice bigger high rises. Those buildings over there, if you can see in the distance, are newer. I think they were built by the same developer who built the Barclays Center.
Oh, okay.
And they're newer buildings, but it was really controversial when they put up the I believe the Barclays Center was built in 2009, 2010, and it was really controversial because they had to knock over some people's houses and buy people out to get them to leave. So it was a really controversial thing. And quite honestly, to have the Barclays Center there, I'm just not sure how much it really adds to the community. Like, I feel like it's mostly out of towners who go to the games. And I feel like you could have better community resources with a big building like that, like a health center, a youth center, something that everyone in the community could use on a daily basis,
Right.
rather than have this big, gigantic monstrosity, and you have all these people coming in. Then it causes more traffic. They've got to park. It takes up parking spaces. Like, sometimes I wonder if it's the best use of the building. But obviously, something like the Barclays Center, people who come in will spend a lot of money, and that's what they think about, rather than having like a resource center for people, to use when they need something. Like I said,
Right.
a health center, a youth center, senior center, something that people in the community can really use, I feel would be a better use of the building than sports games, which I don't know. They did have one tennis tournament there once. Like, if they put a tennis tournament there, then I might feel differently about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if
don't
they
know.
put a tennis tournament there, I think they once had Jim Courier playing something, but in general, they don't have that.
Yeah.
Like, and now the honking begins. Now
Oh.
you hear what it's really like to be a city driver.
Well, Esther, a lot of people are wishing you well.
Oh,
And
well,
so-
I will send them something. I can send them, I don't know, a photo, or have them connect with me. They can always connect.
Right.
'Cause
Well,
I can give my Instagram or my Facebook if they want to connect. And I'm so glad that they watched. I feel so happy. It made my day.
Right. Well, you could say to them, salamat. That means thank you in Filipino.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Salamat.
There you go.
So wait, it's not Telugu Tagalog that people speak in the Philippines?
Well, they speak different languages over there. They have a lot of dialects.
Sure.
Tagalog is one, and
Right.
Bisaya. That's how they call it.
And what
I'm-
language is it most similar to, do you think?
I'm trying to learn it myself. So
So you have quite a bit of friends and family in the Philippines?
I'm developing a lot of friends and family. Yes,
Just from the show, just as people who are
Just-
fans of yours.
just from the show. We're
Wow.
we're big over there. Everybody watches us.
That's really interesting, because it's always true that when a show starts, you never know what country or what city you'll be a big hit in.
Right.
Like, I know my friend's a relationship expert, and she says she gets a lot of like fans from India, actually, because she said in
That's
India they
possible.
really like to read, and so
Right.
they read a lot of the articles she writes on relationships.
Yeah. No,
Because you never know.
yeah. So salamat means thank you. Okay.
Right.
In Tagalog, salamat. And there's different words I'm learning. Like, are you there, Esther?
Yes, I'm there.
Oh, okay. Like Ganda means beautiful. So
Right.
let's say I want to say Esther is beautiful. I would say Ganda ni Esther. That's what I would say.
Oh, well, let's hope some people think that.
Yes. And they do. They complimenting you quite a bit over here.
Oh,
So
well, now I feel good, because most people, as you can see, when you live in, you feel better with that, because when you live in a city like where I do, you
Right.
just are, trashed on a lot, like where people just don't even have the time for you.
right. Okay, Esther. I guess you're driving. I don't want to keep you. So
Yeah, I know what it, but this is a circus in itself. But thank you so much for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
yes, and we're gonna do this more often. So that'd be great.
Okay, hopefully we're in a friendlier environment. But thanks so much.
Yeah. Okay, Esther. Thank you.
Bye bye. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Good job. Okay, that was Esther on the street. That's a treat, man. Everybody got to see Brooklyn. You got to see the Barclays Center. Oh, so many different things. And she really appreciated you watching her. I'm just gonna say hello to everybody. Just make sure I didn't miss them. Fleur de Lis, like I said, hello. She may have left. Some people may have left because it's very early in the morning over in the Philippines. Ermak Lynn, hello, and thank you for watching. Rosalita Mendoza, yes, good morning to you, and thank you for watching. We got Kevin, Mark, Colette, thank you for watching. We got Ann Rothney, of course, we already said. Who else? We got Romar Sembadal. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the words. Thank you for watching. We have Rosalita Mendoza. Yes, Rosalita, how are you? Good morning to you also. Who else we have here? We have, of course, Lucita. We had Hazel, which was great. Those are two of my favorite Filipinas. Romar, which I think I already said. Rosalita again. Let's see, who else we got? There was one other person. Let me see. So I could say hello to them. I don't want to miss anybody. I will be answering your comments by tomorrow. Maybe when you wake up, you will see my comments. I have to go through them later tonight. Let's see. I hope you enjoyed the show, everyone. There was some other person that I thought, Mary Grace, of course. Mary Grace, hello, good morning. And we got, let's see, there was one other gentleman, I think it was. Let me see. Oh, Cesar Jr. Concha Ferran. I wonder if you're related to Joan Ferran, who watches us. Thank you for watching. All right. And everyone else, I want to thank everyone here for watching. And just before we end the show, I have a couple things I want to go over. Okay, we got some specials coming up. I believe we're going to be doing a Beatles special. Thank you, Ann. Ann saying she always enjoys our show, and hugs to you, Ann Rothney, over in Bakersfield, California. Okay, we got a couple of specials maybe coming up. One of them is going to be a Beatles special. We haven't decided what day yet or time, and we'll let you in on that. That should be interesting and fun. Okay, I'm going to be working on a new show, folks. The time and date will be announced. It will not be food related. It's going to be, well, maybe. Well, there'll be some food related, but mostly it's going to be a kind of talk type of show, and I think you might enjoy that. So we're going to be doing that. Okay, we may be moving our day and time on this show. We're going to see how it works out a little more in the month of October. Maybe it'll be a little easier for our friends in the Philippines if the time changes a little bit. Okay. What else? Thank you for watching. We're going to try and do more food trivia tonight. Don't forget to watch Bonnie Scalisi on her Facebook page, Bonnie Scalisi. Watch her show tonight at 8 p.m. I think she has a gentleman named Larry Izzo, who's a comedian on. She's going to be interviewing him. Don't forget to watch Tony on Knock 'em Dead on Gov's Comedy Club podcast, YouTube. All right. And he's on there Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 11 o'clock. And don't forget to watch our other podcasts as well on Governors. Okay. If you have a chance, go to Merlot Fine Foods Facebook page. I'm going to be doing a lot of work for them, trying to help them get going, get their business going a little more than what it is. They make some really good cocktail sauces and also a Zupa sauce for fish and other things. Okay, so I'm going to be helping out that company, and that's going to be related to our new show. Okay, before we sign off, one other thing. For our Filipino audience, once again, September 27th, Saturday, 9 p.m. your time, we're going to have a show. It's going to be Madam Lucy's show, and I will be on there with her. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you guys want to be on the show, we'll explain everything. We'll send you a link, and then you could come on. It'll be really good. It'll be similar to what we have here today. and I can't wait. I'm pretty excited about it. I might even do some singing. Some people requested that I would sing, which they must love a lot of like to be tortured because if I sing, ooh. But then we have maybe Matt and Lucy singing, and she sings like an angel, and there'll be other people singing too. I believe Fleur de Lis might be singing us a song, and Virgilio. Okay. And that's really it. So salamat to my Philippine audience. I want you to know that I really love you guys watching the show. You really are diehard fans. I appreciate everything you do. I also appreciate Ann Rosny, of course, and all my other fans. Okay. I hope that you really enjoyed today's show. All right. So I want to once again always thank everybody. Thanks for watching Let's Eat LI and Beyond, where our table is set for you. Again, this is your show. This is your show in the Philippines. This is your show in Bakersfield, California. And this is your show wherever you are watching. So thank you very much. And we're going to end everything. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have more on. We'll have Americo, hopefully. He might take us to a steak restaurant. We'll also have Bonnie, hopefully, as well, and maybe a restaurant or a food establishment. All right. So thanks again.